Hi, everyone. Actually, the first one to speak is Teresa Turner-Jones, who's a general manager of our Caribbean department. So both Teresa and Gonzalo Rivas, the chief of the Competitiveness, Technology, and Innovation Division, will be giving welcoming remarks. Please, Teresa, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sylvia, and thank you to all of my Compete Caribbean colleagues and to Gonzalo for also doing the opening after me. It's great to see, well, right now there are over 111 people who've joined this Zoom meeting. So let me first commend Compete Caribbean for launching this Blue Economy Cluster Call, which I think is really important to identify private sector projects in the blue economy and looking for ones that are scalable and, of course, focusing on sustaining the ocean and our river resources. So I really think this is an excellent opportunity. You can imagine my green background to be maybe mangroves. So just put it in the green blue economy framework. It's not green. Imagine it to be blue. I'm going to talk about three things. The first one is the significance of the blue economy. Secondly, the power of successful partnerships. And of course, Compete Caribbean is a partnership of the IDB, Caribbean Development Bank, UK Aid, and Canada. So we're very pleased that this partnership is delivering something of this magnitude. And then talk about, just a little bit about what the IDB is already doing, especially IDB Lab on pioneering support in developing innovative projects in the blue economy area throughout this region through research and our regional private sector partnerships. So if you think about the blue economy, what's the big deal? So our oceans and seas are pretty important for our planet. They account for over 2/3 of the Earth's surface, play a major role in providing organic food, plant life, minerals, and oxygen. I also want to say that the ocean is one of the least researched of all of the planet's resources. It's one of the least researched areas. So here we have a great opportunity. They absorb greenhouse gases, they help determine weather, keep climate change in check. They're an important source of sanitation and renewable energy, of course, and they serve as highways for seaborne international trade and also travel. And of course, they're also there for our enjoyment. Who does not love our rivers and our seas? Who does not love a good beach or an invigorating river plunge when we're all hot and bothered and need to chill? Whether to curl our toes in the sand, surf, enjoy the beauty of our coastline, or our coral reefs to take a deeper dive to explore what lies beneath, such as sunken city of Port Royal in Jamaica and shipwrecks that are scattered all over our region. Because of the importance of our water, we all need to protect it for our livelihoods and for future generations. However, as we well know, our oceans are plagued by several ills, among them sargassum, which for those of you who live in Barbados and all of us who are around these coastal zones know the perils of sargassum, waste and plastic, as well as overfishing challenges which threaten to undermine our marine and watershed environment. The sargassum challenge. Each year, over 220 million metric tons of seaweed inundates the region, the Caribbean, clogging coral reefs, affecting the environmental ecosystem, impeding the fishery community, and proving to be increasingly irksome to the tourism sector. In 2018, sargassum cleanup alone costs reportedly for this region were approximately $120 million. That's not a trivial amount of money. Overfishing and the coral reef challenge. The destruction of our coral reefs is aided by our appetite to consume parrotfish, which helps to protect our reefs. The hashtag #PassOnParrotfish campaign, an initiative of the U.S. Agency for International Development, Caribbean Marine Biodiversity Program, encourages people not to sell or consume parrotfish because of the important role they play in maintaining coral reef health. Parrotfish spend 90% of their day cleaning the reef of algae. This eating helps corals grow and thrive, and healthy reefs support more fish in the sea. Parrotfish also contribute to the sand on our Caribbean beaches. Who doesn't love a sandy beach? And every time I go to a restaurant in Jamaica and they're serving parrotfish and I say, you're not supposed to be serving parrotfish, they look at me as if I'm crazy. And then I have to go into a long explanation of why it's a bad thing. Plastics. According to Forbes, 10 of the top 30 global polluters per capita are from the Caribbean region. At the top of the list is our own Trinidad and Tobago, which generates 1.5 kilograms per person per day, the most in the world. Other countries include Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Guyana, Barbados, St. Lucia, Bahamas, Grenada, Anguilla, basically all of our region. Each year, these 10 islands, nations generate more plastic debris than the weight of 20,000 space shuttles. That's pretty astonishing. The World Bank estimates that 22% of households just throw their trash directly into the waterways. Since this year, several countries have since introduced single ban plastic, and these countries include the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, the Dominican Republic, Grenada, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. So we are making the right policy decisions in this regard, but more needs to be done. The ban by itself is not making much of a difference, and the onset of the COVID pandemic has made it much harder with disposal of plastic face masks in the sea. Public education and the shift in our cultural practices as regards waste disposal will make a big difference over time in resolving these issues, we hope. Now, what is the power of successful partnerships? These are some of the reasons why we must work together to overcome these challenges, preserve our marine and freshwater environments for current and future generations. The power of successful partnerships is recognized as a valuable aid to catalyzing the development agenda, and we know that Compete Caribbean is a good example. It holds the key to important global initiatives such as the Paris Climate Accords that we're all familiar with, the Sustainable Development Goals, and the G20 mandate. Our work throughout the Caribbean is deep-rooted in valuable win-win partnerships with governments and people. These partnerships have resulted in the achievement of major anniversary milestones. This year, we're winding down our 60th anniversary in Latin America and the Caribbean as the IDB, and in Jamaica, 50 years, and also across the region, around 40 to 50 years. What have we been doing at the IDB so far? Well, first of all, through CTI, the bank's competitiveness division, we support governments in promoting private sector innovation and competitiveness across all of this region. Compete Caribbean, which I cannot emphasize enough, has partners and from all over the globe, which I've mentioned earlier. And the idea is to implement a technical assistance program that is specifically focused on increasing productivity and innovation in the Caribbean. And we congratulate Compete because, for example, this year, the amount of resources that Compete will dedicate to this region is in the range of $25 million with a time frame of 6 years and financed by the agencies I mentioned earlier, IDB, UK Development Organization, the Caribbean Development Bank, and of course the Government of Canada. I'm sure Gonzalo will go into a lot more details about this. I'm very excited to be here today for this Blue Tech Challenge because I think we have yet to unearth all of the resources that are in our midst, particularly our water, our oceans, and our rivers. I'm looking forward to this challenge, and I'm hoping that we will find very exciting projects that will become emblematic of what we can do in this region when we knock our heads together, do the proper research, and partner with the private sector to do what is important for the development of this region. I want to wish everybody a success. I'm so happy to see now we have 138 people on this call. And thank you for your interest in being here. And I'm very excited for this Blue Economy Cluster call. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Therese, for those very welcoming remarks. And now I want to pass on the baton to Gonzalo Rivas, the Division Chief for Competitiveness, Technology, and Innovation at the IDB.
Thank you, Sylvia. Hi, everybody. Most welcome on behalf of the Compete Caribbean and the IDB and all the donors that support Compete Caribbean's Canadian government, the United Kingdom government, and the Caribbean Development Bank. Well, why are we doing this event? Basically for two reasons, I would say. The first reason is something that Therese already mentioned, but I want just to emphasize. is the huge opportunity that lies around the question of the blue economy. Blue economy offers enormous and tremendous opportunities for Caribbean countries, obviously. And it was at the beginning of this decade, and a study estimated that already blue economy was generating about $94 billion for the Caribbean countries. So it's a huge, huge opportunity. And obviously, as Therese mentioned, if you compare the land masses of the Caribbean island with the maritime exclusive zones of the countries, it's beyond comparison. It's like 10,000 more area in the sea that obviously in the land masses. And also there is a question of the enormous diversity that blue economy can offer in terms of opportunity for economic entrepreneurs. You have obviously all the question of fisheries, but you have also the possibility of coastal tourism, and you have also circular economy related to all the maritime activities, and tourism, and biotech. Well, it's endless opportunities. So that's the first reason. We really believe that blue economy is not only the future, is the present of the Caribbean countries, but we need to take care of all the challenges that already Therese underlined. And the second reason why we are organizing this is because to take advantage of all these opportunities, we need all the actors to work together. And we are speaking here of governments, of the private sector, and also the economy. From the point of view of public policy, governments already advanced a lot. In many countries, even you have ministries that are absolutely devoted to the question of fostering a blue economy. There's regulations that are needed in order to make this activity sustainable, as Teresa also stressed. And for example, we are helping in the Bahamas with what is in the jargon of IDB, a policy-based loan, to foster the capacities of the Bahamas government to, deal more efficiently and with more efficacy with all the challenges that present regulating and improving the capacity of the government to deal with the blue economy challenges in the case of Bahama. And we are very proud of working with the Bahamas government in this. And from the private sector, it's obvious that private sector is the key in order to tap on all these resources to create wealth, to create jobs, and to create new ventures. So private sector is essential, and these cluster challenges are aimed precisely to try to motivate these private entrepreneurs and new startups to take advantage of all these opportunities to create new path of development for the region. And last but not least, obviously, the academic sector. We need more information, we need more data, and we need to generate knowledge about the blue scape, the blue landscape, in the sense that, as Therese said, is the most unknown part of the world, and in the Caribbean, we need to gather more knowledge in order to do this in a responsible way. But also because we can find new opportunities because of the knowledge that we accumulate about the sea and the rivers of the region. So the academy is also a key actor, and we have gathered all these three actors in this event because we have the feeling that we need to foster this alliance. So in a way, this event is also a way to foster that kind of joint collaboration that is absolutely needed in order to promote the development of the blue in the Caribbean region. I am very glad to see that there is a lot of people that is attending, and I hope that this event will live at the expectation of all of us. So thank you, Sylvia, and I give the floor to you again.